supervision kept me healthy and enabled me to continue to minister with joy. I was feeling like I was drowning, and it gave me a perspective that enabled me to push on with just really enjoying what I was doing. And I think that means when we minister with joy, then we keep on doing it. And I think that has got to be a blessing for every denomination. One of the hardest things and the saddest things is when people drop off, and to see people keep running the race for year in, year out in ministry is such an encouragement to others, but also an encouragement to their own church. Yeah, so that would be my reason.
I'd love to say, Christine, that in aged care in the last 24 months or so, there've been a lot of chaplains and pastoral carers who have been doing it incredibly tough. The ones who have been able to still stay standing, to have to retain a strong sense of self and commitment to their first love, are the ones who have had the opportunity and taken the opportunity to get supervision, get things like supervision. Karen was talking about what I said very early in this session. It's the difference between surviving and thriving. And it's an investment that comes back tenfold, 100-fold, if you invest in your people being fresh and healthy and reflecting their values and living their values in ways that are vital and creative and life-giving. They're going to stay with you, and they're going to love staying with you, and they're going to love what they do more. It's not rocket science, but I hear Jeff. The people who are making decisions need to see themselves as people who are on a front line themselves and need supervision just as much as someone who is sitting beside a hospital bed or caring for someone going through a crisis in a church situation.
As someone who is part of the denomination, this has been a really something that's been outstanding for a long time. I know too many of my friends we graduated from college together, who have either experienced severe burnout, on depression medications, on high anxiety level all the time, and one have actually dropped out, even thought about taking his own life. This has gone too far. And for too long, ministers and those in ministries have left to fend them for themselves. And I really plead now to those in leadership to do something about it. And supervision is caring for those who are caring for others. And this is our responsibility. This is something we need to do and we have to do now to look after one another so that they can run the course, they can fight the good fight of faith, they can run the race to the end.
It's almost 3 years to the day that I was invited to speak to the National Anglican Bishops' Conference, where they were first thinking about this. And I thought carefully how I was going to open up. And so to any of the sort of denominational heavies that are watching this, I want to say the same thing to you as I said to those bishops 3 years ago. Everything we've talked about is for you and not just for you to implement. And I mean that because your role both has all that we've talked about plus. It's on steroids in terms of what you see and what you have to deal with. So you need supervision because of the work you do to be faithful in that, but also because people are watching. Okay, this is something we learn, as Sunday school teachers or youth leaders, right? It's not so much what we say as what we do. And people in the Presbyterian Church are going to be watching. And if they see you embracing supervision, if they hear you speaking positively about the benefits you've got from supervision, that's going to lead to culture change. If you think you can sit and just draft some policy and hopefully it's going to get implemented, it's just going to become another compliance regime. And we're all sick of them, right? We are sick to death of compliance. So seriously, if you're in a position of influence in the Presbyterian Church, what we've been talking about is for you, not just for you to implement.
All right. Well, anyone else have any closing words that they'd like to say? Speak now, or we will mute you all.
Only that I wished I'd started supervision 30 years ago.